This week, we talk about all kinds of fun things happening out there in the Spiderverse. We talk about all kinds of fun things coming from the world of Funko Pops. We talk about an upcoming Star Wars musical experience and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse.
Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
That's the emergency alert. This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And we are back, guys, to talk about all the fun things happening out there in the pop culture universe. But before we jump into any of that, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about this week, man?
So I have my movie night that we do, and we just finished rewatching all the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. And I forgot how much I liked that third one.
Yeah, it got a lot of crap, but I like it too.
Yeah, I mean, it totally doesn't, the end of it, the timing, like it doesn't make sense
Yeah.
at all, which is fine. But it's one of those things that once you notice it kind of ruins like that part of the movie.
Yeah.
But no, it was great.
Yeah, those are fun. A couple years ago, my kids and I did a watch through of just every Batman movie, starting with Adam West and even including animated stuff. And that was a lot of fun. We didn't watch the new Robert Pattinson one together. That one's pretty dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good time.
Did you guys watch Batman vs. Superman?
We did. That one has a little bit of dark parts too, but it was fine. Why did you say that name? Save Martha.
Save Martha.
I love the meme that came out sometime after that. And it was two different Godzillas fighting. And the caption was, Save Mothra. And then I was like, why did you say that name?
That's hilarious.
Let's see. My nerding out has to do with collectibles. I kind of hit a Funko Pop milestone this weekend. So I got according to the collection app, I got my 1000th pop, which is crazy. I think we've talked before that I didn't really have a Harry Potter pop. I had a Dobby pop, and I think that was it. But we were out, and I just saw a Harry Potter pop that I thought was cool.
Which one was it?
It's a kind of a newer one, not a more classic one, but it's Harry, and he's got his arm out, and Hedwig is on his arm.
Oh, okay.
And he's wearing his typical robe and everything.
There's a new Harry Potter one out that's the what are they called? The bad guys?
Like the Death Eaters?
Yeah, there's the Death Eater symbol, but it's like a Funko.
Okay. Oh,
it's
nice.
It's pretty cool.
That is cool. I didn't even realize exactly where I was, but when I scanned it in the app and it said 1,000, I was like, oh my gosh, this is an addiction.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're past me now.
That is crazy. And I rarely buy them full price off the shelf. I'll go to like vintage stock when they're like 33% off or buy one, get one free or things like that.
Yeah.
Same with like Hot Topic in those places. But I don't know. I just picked this one up on a whim and it was crazy.
That's awesome.
It's funny. Speaking of Funko Pops, this is something from later in the news, but we're talking about Funkos now. The Funko company just announced that they're going to be putting out a whole bunch of new animated stuff, like cartoons and movies and things like that, just the same way that Lego did with their, Lego properties that they have licensed to. Funko is going to start doing the same thing pretty soon with all kinds of different genres of characters and stuff that they have licenses to. So just like Lego World, soon we're going to be getting Funko cartoons and stuff. And I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Well, hey, let's jump into some news. Marvel, there's a little bit going on, of course. We've had a lot of talk about the Doomsday stuff and the Secret Wars stuff. And the last thing that we were hearing about Secret Wars is that it was going to be so big that it was going to be split into 2 movies. But they just officially said, the Marvel people said, it's actually not going to be 2 movies. So when Secret Wars comes out, we're only going to get 1 Secret Wars movie.
Well, it better be 4 hours.
Right? Give me all the Secret Wars. All of them. Over with some Spider-Man stuff. There's a lot going on. The first image of Tombstone was released, and the dude looks awesome.
Okay.
He's the villain from Black Lightning. I apologize, I cannot think of that actor's name right now, but he looks really good. And one of the things they said is that this character might not just be this little one and done from the new movie. He might play a major role that kind of threads through the next 3 Spider-Man movies. They're trying to emphasize that whole street level stuff. So that I'm down for it. I can't wait to see what they do.
That's cool.
Last week, we didn't really get to talk much about it, but the Spider-Man Noir trailer looked so cool.
But yeah, I did see that trailer. It is actually pretty neat. Did you watch the color version or the black and white version?
In terms of the trailer, I only saw the color version. But when they release it, when they release it on Amazon Prime, you're gonna have the option to watch it in color or black and white. That'll be cool.
See, I saw the black and white trailer.
Okay.
And I'll probably watch it in color
Yeah.
just because I want to see what everything looks like in color.
Yeah.
But I always like the option. I think it's always cool for those people who really like that.
Yeah. And speaking of that particular series, there's so much faith in it already that a season 2 has already been greenlit.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, I'm kind of excited to see it. I didn't realize the same guy that produced Into the Spider-Verse is producing this, which makes sense. So I don't know. I have a lot of faith in it. It looks pretty good.
Okay. Well, that makes me have a little bit more faith in it.
Yeah. Let's see. Also, in this whole Spider-Verse, they announced that Sony is making a new animated Venom movie, and Tom Hardy is going to voice Venom, Venom slash Eddie Brock in this movie. So they didn't say if it's connected or if he just happens to be voicing it. But yeah, there's a new Venom animated movie coming from Sony. So lots of Spider-Man stuff coming our way.
Interesting.
Back with some of the Avengers stuff, we know that Loki is going to appear in Avengers Doomsday, but they just kind of announced that it's not going to be that big of a role and it's only going to actually be one scene, which, if you think about his role in the overall MCU right now, that kind of makes sense. I'm sure he'll have to kind of point something out or step away from his, throne where he's kind of holding the multiverse together, but we're only going to see him very briefly. And now I'm like kind of dying to see what's up with him. What's he doing?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hemsworth was just in an interview, and we know that he's coming back as Thor. And someone asked him, after this whole Doomsday Secret Wars soft reboot, what's your deal? Will we still be seeing you? What's going to happen? And he said, do not worry. He'll be playing Thor a few more times after the Avengers movies. So that's kind of cool. He's going to be back at some point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I can't remember. Did we talk about the rumor that Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter and their son, they're not just hiding out, they're actually living in the reality where the Fantastic Four is from? Did we talk about that?
We did.
Okay. Yeah, things just keep popping up about that, which makes me think maybe that's what's going to be the truth.
Well, it probably makes sense for them to be able to blend in like that in that universe since it looks a little bit more less modern looking.
Yeah. Plus, it would make a good reason for Doom to be mad at him. Like, oh, that guy's the reason we have all these incursions. Like,
Yeah.
and let's see, that's really all the Marvel stuff this week. There's a little bit of DC stuff too, and some of it's revolving around the new Batman Part 2, the Robert Pattinson version.
Mm-hmm.
A few things. It sounds like James Gunn just said in an interview that he's going to be fast tracking the Batman Part 3 so that Matt Reeves gets to get his trilogy out of the way, because he's decided he does not want to make his Batman until those Batman movies are done, which is kind of new because we've been hearing we're going to be getting this new Batman Brave and the Bold project soon, but he made it sound like he wants that stuff done so that there's not 2 Batmans at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it'll probably be, 5 or 6 or more years before we get a DCU Batman.
That doesn't sound right. I bet he pops it out before all 3 of those either that or he makes his Batman movies up quick.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll be fast because they just started filming the Batman Part 2. They just started filming it. So maybe they're going to film 2 and 3 at the same time or something like that.
Yeah, do 2 and then put it out, then immediately go into 3.
Yeah. But along with that movie, there's kind of some rumors talking about it, saying that the actors Samuel L. Jackson and Mark Hamill both might be playing some kind of a role in the Batman Part 2.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be super cool, especially Mark Hamill. I wonder what on earth he'd be doing. When I read comics, I hear his voice as the Joker, just like
Yeah, I do too.
same as with Kevin Conroy, and that's the Batman voice I hear. So
Yeah.
we know there's already a Joker established in that universe, so I'm just like, who's he gonna be?
Yeah. Also, are we gonna see more of that Joker character?
Yeah, I don't know. We only briefly saw him in prison in a post-credits scene, so maybe we'll actually see him. And the dude looked horrific.
Yeah.
Let's see, my final thing with DC has to do with comics. Over in the Absolute stories, it sounds like an Absolute Batman number 20. We're going to see Robin of this universe, which I wonder how they're going to do that because Bruce Wayne is so different. He is a common man with a common job, doesn't have lots of money. His parents had normal jobs. His mom's still alive. His dad's dead. So I just wonder, he doesn't have that, millionaire help taking in this boy to have a better life angle to it. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with that. Over with Star Wars, that new animated series called Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord. It's going to be here on April 6th. They finally put a date to it. And that thing looks awesome. I don't know how many of the trailers you've seen, but I cannot wait to see that.
I've only seen the one.
Yeah.
Are there
I've seen
more?
I think there's the trailer, and then there's been some, what do they call them, TV spots
Okay.
where they show little clips of stuff. But yeah, that looks awesome. And then outside of those big three categories, there's kind of a lot going on. It seems like each week we're talking about another person passing away. Did you see that the actor Robert Carradine, the guy from, Revenge of the Nerds and
Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire, he passed away? That's so sad. He was not that old.
No.
And then some, less sad stuff. We've talked a little bit about Ryan Coogler might be rebooting the X-Files, but that has officially been greenlit and Hulu has ordered the pilot. So I'm kind of excited to see that. And it sounds like it's not going to be a complete reboot. It's going to be that same established world, just modern. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I did see that Scully is gonna be in it.
Yeah, I saw that too. She was in an interview and said we might just see her come back around for, not as like a leading role or anything, but pop in or something.
Yeah.
We know last year Doctor Who kind of left on a weird note, no longer being part of Disney, but it sounds like the latest news is that HBO Max is going to replace Disney Plus as the United States home of the Doctor Who series. So when that show comes back around Christmas this year, I believe, it's going to be on HBO Max, not Disney Plus. I'm just glad we're getting it though, because, people were worried it was going to be canceled, but it was not canceled. It's just going to be moving homes, and I'm happy about that. Do you remember the movie Small Soldiers when we were kids?
Yeah.
With the toys that came to life, and some of them were bad, some were good. Well, it sounds like Small Soldiers 2 is in pre-development at Universal right now.
That's absurd.
I know.
That movie's
So
not that good.
it's not. There were so many movies when we were kids about toys coming to life. I wanted my toys to be alive so bad. Also, a modern sequel to the classic movie with Jeff Goldblum, The Fly, is coming as well at 20th Century Fox Studios. So another classic being brought back. I wonder what they can do with that story, Do they pop the machine out again? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. That sounds stupid too. I mean, it might be fun, but
Yeah.
it sounds stupid.
Netflix has announced they're doing a live action Scooby-Doo series, and the only casting they've announced is the actress McKenna Grace, who people might know from Young Sheldon and other things like that, is going to be playing Daphne. So that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they've announced that there's all kinds of new stuff coming from them. Like, basically, they're making their own whole new franchise of stuff. They're bringing back new movies and shows and books and toys and all kinds of stuff. But having said that, they are going to be making another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and that it's actually already, in development and everything, but that's coming on September 17th, 2027.
Good.
And this time the villain is the Shredder, so that's going to be awesome.
The movie was awesome.
Yeah, the first one is so
It's-
good.
I wonder if they're gonna bring out with all this new stuff, new redesigns again.
I don't
I
know.
just feel like it's every I don't know.
Every few years we get
Yeah.
them just a new design of the same stuff.
Yeah. Which it's like, I get it, update it, but I feel like they don't let it sit long enough. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just me.
No, it's not.
I just don't have enough time to get used to a certain version of them before a new version comes out.
Yeah. Okay, for fans of the Scary Movie franchise, all those parody movies from the Wayans brothers, it sounds like this weekend when the new Scream 7, I believe, Scream 7 is released,
It's 7.
it's going to be one of the trailers for that movie.
That's so funny.
So we'll get to see, hopefully online, we'll get to see the trailer this weekend. And the Wayans brothers just recently said in an interview that if this movie is successful, 100% we're going to be getting a Don't Be a Menace Part 2, and a White Chicks Part 2.
Wow.
So that'll be fun. Man, those movies were staples when I was in high school.
Yeah, they're funny movies.
Let's see, for fans of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, they just announced the title of Jurassic World 5 is going to be called Jurassic World Liberation. No plot line or anything like that. They just gave us the title. So we got that coming.
Sounds good.
There's kind of rumors going around right now that there's going to be not the Spawn movie they've been talking about, but a movie about King Spawn, and it's going to be horror, and it's going to come from Blumhouse. It sounds like they got something cooking. It's going to be scary with that character. I could see that working. I
That's,
feel
I
like they
mean,
need to.
bring it, but still, what?
There's all this talk about a Spawn movie with Jamie Foxx and all this, and we haven't even got that yet. And now they're talking about something else. So
They've been talking about that Spawn movie for a while.
yeah,
I'm afraid it's never going to come out.
right. Did you happen to see that The Simpsons just recently aired their 800th episode?
No, I did not.
That is so many episodes.
That's wild.
I watched it religiously as a kid and a teenager. I have to say I have not watched much in adulthood. Every now and again I'll catch it, and I'll definitely try to catch the Halloween ones. Those are always funny.
Mhm.
Man, I used to love that show.
Yeah, it's one of those that we weren't allowed to watch growing up, and then we'd sneak
Yeah.
it every once in a while, and then got older and started watching it.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's just one of those things. I don't ever think about it for some reason.
Yeah.
It's something that I can just put on because it's on Disney Plus, right? I could just
Yeah.
legitimately start watching it out of nowhere, and it just, yeah.
It's funny, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this. Did you know, and you probably did, but Sabrina Carpenter, the singer, actress, her aunt is Nancy Cartwright, who's the voice of Bart Simpson. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast. Nancy Cartwright was on Jim Cummings' podcast where he has all the voice actors and they talk about work and
Mhm.
cartoons but yeah, she brought it up and I was like, "What? That's crazy."
That is crazy.
Okay, so we have that series, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, which is a prequel to Game of Thrones. It's already out, all the episodes and all that. I haven't watched it yet, which is crazy because honestly, I forgot about it. But they just announced a season 2 is on the way of that, and Henry Cavill will be playing a role in it. So
We love a
he,
Henry Cavill.
yeah, Henry Cavill coming in to Westeros. People are going to like that. This one was kind of crazy. We know that that new Harry Potter series is coming on HBO Max. And right now, there's all this talk about who's going to play who. But I guess there's a rumor that they want Andrew Garfield to play Lupin and they want Andy Serkis to play Mad Eye Moody. And hey, that sounds cool to me.
That's interesting.
I don't know if that's the truth or if those guys even would, but people are saying that that's who they want to be those characters.
I mean, who wouldn't want a Harry Potter paycheck?
Absolutely.
I feel like that's a pretty hefty one.
Yeah. But do you remember back in the day, the movie with Hugh Jackman called Van Helsing?
Yeah.
It sounds like a Van Helsing Part 2 might be in pre-production with Hugh Jackman coming back.
That might be fun.
Yeah. I really liked that movie. I think I would like this.
I couldn't tell you if I liked that movie. It's been that long since I've seen it.
You know, I remember fond memories of it. I couldn't even tell you the plot of it. I know he's a vampire hunter, but
Yeah.
that's about all I remember. I do remember around that same time frame, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Sean Connery and
Mhm.
Sean William Scott. I feel like that'd be a fun one to kind of modernize again.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. The creator of The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman, he was recently at a convention and people were asking him all these questions. And someone said, "We've got all these TV sequels and stuff of Walking Dead. Will we ever get more books, some book sequels?" And he looked at him and he took a minute to answer and just said, "Never say never." So the fact that he kind of hesitated and then gave that as an answer is making people think, hey, we might be getting some more Walking Dead books, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's interesting, though, that there hasn't been one. I had never thought about it.
Yeah, there's tons of show sequels, but when the book ended, it's been ended ever since.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let's see, the final little bit of news I have for this week is for fans of Disney's The Incredibles. The Incredibles 3 goes into production next month. So that's going to be on its way. I love those movies. Those are going to be fun.
Yeah. I only saw the second one like probably 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah. I feel like the first one's definitely a stronger movie, but I really liked the second one.
Yeah, I liked both of them.
Hey, any news or thoughts about video games or wrestling for this week?
They announced that the Wolverine game will be out in September.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be a game that I won't be able to play in front of the child. So it'll sit there.
Yeah.
but I will play the crap out of that game. It looks so much fun.
That's awesome.
And it looks like it has a lot of cameos in it with of mutants. What else? Oh, and then Saturday is Elimination Chamber, PLE.
Nice.
I don't know if you know. Do you know what the Elimination Chamber is?
Tell me.
It's a big cage structure that they have these pods, and they have a wrestler in a pod. So it's, let me think, usually four pods, and then two wrestlers in the middle. So six people in the match. And it starts out with two people in the middle, and then I think it's 5 minutes, and then a pod opens up, a random pod. And then it's whoever gets everybody out and leaves the elimination chamber wins the match. It's actually a really fun match.
That does sound cool.
They do one for the women's and one for the men's. And yeah, and whoever wins that match gets to challenge Drew McIntyre for the world heavyweight, not world heavyweight, the undisputed WWE championship.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a pretty big deal. We're excited to watch it this weekend.
That'll be very cool. Where do you watch wrestling now? I can't remember.
It's really hard because everything's on something different.
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to watch SmackDown, it's on USA, which we can't watch that because we don't have cable. So we watch the highlights for SmackDown. NXT is on the CW, and then Raw is on Netflix. And then
Okay.
any PLEs are on the ESPN.
Gotcha. I didn't know exactly where, but I knew it was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, it's horrid. It's horrible. We would love to watch SmackDown because it's a big show, and it's every week, and there's a lot of really cool stuff on it that we miss, but we get to watch the highlights, so we get to get the gist of everything that happened.
You know how anime has Crunchyroll? I feel like wrestling needs its own thing like that.
Yeah. Also,
Just
like, have AEW be a part of it too, so that I can watch both. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I would love to watch more AEW and TNA and that kind of stuff, but it's just like, that's like two more long things.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered, I forgot to mention earlier, nerding out a little bit. So my wife and I've probably mentioned this before, I will be 41 this year, and we've been a couple since I was 16, which is a long time. And it's February, and a lot of couples celebrate Valentine's Day. For us, we don't really we'll get like a nice dinner or something on Valentine's Day, but for us, February 18th is like our special day because that was the day 24 years ago I asked her to be my girlfriend. So February 19th just passed, and there wasn't really something we wanted to do, but we were looking at stuff. We've been trying to hit up concerts and stuff because that's not something we ever really did a lot of in the past couple of decades. We were looking at all the stuff coming to Kansas City, and somehow in my feed, the Boston Pops Orchestra is coming to Kansas City this weekend, and they're doing that whole Star Wars story and music thing where they orchestra plays all the Star Wars music and has stuff in the background, and the tickets were not ridiculous. And I was like, oh my gosh, can we do this? And again, my wife's not some huge nerd like me, but she loves music and concerts, and she was like, yeah, let's do that. So this weekend we're going to go see that, and I'm so excited about it.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I've seen videos of those type of things. I know there's that one, there's the Lord of the Rings one, there's Avatar The Last Airbender one, a Harry Potter one, and I've never been to any of these, so I'm like super excited to see a live orchestra play this music and watch the clips in the background.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Next week, that'll probably be my nerding out, talking about how it actually was.
Right on.
Oh, my son and I, so I'm not this huge Pokemon guy, but my son Oliver is crazy about Pokemon cards. And this weekend, there's this traveling Pokemon card convention that's going to be in Kansas City. It's just in like a small hotel. It's not some big thing, but they're bringing these very big YouTubers like this guy Beard Dad and Coops Collectibles and Pokeshawn151. JD, I think, is the other one. We have been watching these guys for a couple of years now, two of them especially. When we saw that they're coming, a ticket's like $20. Oliver was like, please, 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 can we go? So on Sunday, we're going to go meet these Pokemon YouTubers, and Oliver is so excited.
That sounds super nerdy, but
So nerdy.
congrats.
These guys are so fun. If you watch their videos, they do live stream. And when kids walk up in line, the guy will be looking at his chat and he's like, oh, hey, kid, someone in chat just donated you $50. Pick out whatever you want, up to $50. Oliver's like, I wonder if that's going to happen to me.
Well,
I hope he has a good time.
right on.
Well, hey, that is all of our news for this week. I hope you guys are, having fun out there. We're kind of in that weird lull of TV where there's a couple of good things on, but all the other stuff should be coming back fairly soon. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are reading some good stuff and playing some games and having fun. But hey, as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week, guys. Same Taylor channel, same Taylor time.
Bye.
Bye.